welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today I have a quick bag review for you, and it's again a more preliminary bag review because again it's not like I get to use my bag a ton, and it's every time when I use my handbag, it's very for a short period of time, and it's not like I'm walking around for a long distance with it because we can't go anywhere with them. If you are still using your handbags these days, let me know in what occasions, because for me, I only briefly use them when I go to the post office or when I do grocery shopping, which is again not very often because my husband does them, and when I go out with my daughter on walks. So it's kind of limited to which bag I can use. And this week we're talking about Chanel Classic Flap. So it's not really a bag that I can use to just, walk around the park. I guess I could, but, where I'm from, it would be a little weird to even carry handbags when you go out on a walk. I do carry my, my mini puzzle bag. I use my Gucci Marmont or my new Le Bambino bag, and that's fine. Like, I feel still somewhat comfortable, but going for a walk in this one, I don't know, it's just a little much. But again, the last 3 weeks I've made the effort to use this bag a little bit more, and I really love it. It's honestly so classic. Every time I wear it, even with a casual wear like what I'm wearing today, I still find it so beautiful, and it just makes me really happy when I wear the handbag. And it's really structured, so I don't really have to baby it at all. I have not baby it. It's black in the caviar leather, so it's really a carefree bag in my opinion. It's in the silver hardware, so I don't really have to worry about the hardware changing color or anything like that either. Anyways, so I'll tell you guys what I think about it, and a little bit just general thoughts on these bags. And I want to do another video next week or maybe this week about purchasing Chanel bag or luxury bag in general as investment. So if you're interested in that, please stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. Alright, so I purchased my bag in 2019, at the end of 2019, and this is my second Chanel piece. My very first one was a Chanel wallet on chain, and I don't have a lot of knowledge at the time about Chanel. I thought the wallet on chain was already outrageously expensive at the time when I purchased it. And when I did buy my walk, the essay did recommend the Classic Flap and saying this is, the most classic, the most popular buy, blah, blah. And I was like, no way in my life I'm gonna pay like $7,000-8,000 for a bag. Yeah, that's in the past now. So fast forward, the more I know about luxury, just luxury handbag collection, the more research you do, everyone's telling you this is the bag to get because of the long history, of the value, of the meaning and the history with the bag that comes with it. And then I look into it a little bit more. I'm just like, it's just a matter of time that I need one in my collection. So I just decided to go for it. And that's the year when I had my daughter, and anyways, we're definitely at a point where we're financially stable, and a bag wouldn't put me in debt or anything like that. I had a little bit of savings, so it was I was comfortable, I guess, making this large purchase. I still, before that point though, I don't think I've purchased anything more expensive than a bag, other than a house and a car maybe, but other than that, I've, never make a large purchase like that, so it was a little scary. I don't regret the decision, but, I don't think, again, luxury purchase, luxury collection is not for everybody, and nobody feel like they need to absolutely have this bag. That's just crazy, but if you are a Chanel lover, I would say Classic Flap is something you will eventually feel the need to add one, so whether it's now or later. It doesn't have to be brand new from the boutique. There are tons of options on the pre-love market. There are amazing vintage pieces as well. I mean, this bag's been around forever, so there is obviously a pool of selection out there in so many different colors, different leather, different, combination of hardware and leather. So, do the research before you jump to get one. And obviously the black one is the most popular common color, and then Then it comes in like the silver or the gold hardware, but that's basically your entry level or basic first piece. And at the time, I was offered the gold one as well, but I decided to go with silver, and I don't regret that decision at all, just because I'm already having a bit of like hesitation every time I grab the bag. I think that the fact that silver somehow made it a bit more casual and easier for me to reach for it for some reason. I know it's probably just my own opinion, but I'm happy with the silver hardware. If I can add another classic flap, it will probably be some sort of beige or tan color and small size potentially, but I personally think this medium is great. Anyways, let me go into what I think after using it for a little bit. The bag itself is not light, so this is currently empty, and it's fairly heavy compared to a lot of my other bags that I have. It's not too heavy. Like, I think if you walk around all day with this, you will still be fine, but this is, again, an empty bag. Once you fill it in with some stuff, it gets heavy. The reason that it's so heavy is because it is a double layer bag. This is, again, just in keeping with the original design of the bag. It does not play a part in the functionality, in my opinion. Maybe the second flap makes it slightly more secure, that things won't really drop out because it is just a flat closure. But in my opinion, it is extra. Now, I have to say, I do think this second layer, this second flap, does keep the bag more structured and a little bit more sturdy, because it does add more weight and structure to it. And it's, you know, I think overall it's just it's well made. I mean, for the price, it's what it is. It is, you know, very high quality compared to any other your regular handbags. It is handmade, so the bags are still handmade, so that means they do vary from bag to bag, right? I know a lot of Chanel lovers are so keen with, you know, the stitching in the back aligned perfectly. They don't really, it's not as good as before, you know, a long time ago. The quality control on the bags are definitely not as great. Looking at my own bag, I'm also not seeing like it's supposed to be completely symmetrical, like balanced on the two sides. I don't think it's quite like that. I think I'm also seeing some misalignment in some, like really minor, to be honest. I think mine's actually not too bad. I remember like the stitching on here didn't line up completely. See, this one is right at a corner of a quilting diamond, whereas this one is not. Again, you know, it's maybe off by like 5 centimeters or something like that. If you want to be that nitpicky, it's really going to be challenging to find the perfect bag, because nowadays even the thread have little like threading coming out, you know. The strap sometimes has leather pieces that's missing. I've had that myself. I think it's going to be pretty hard nowadays to find the perfect bag. A lot of people also complain about the issue that the inner lining doesn't kind of stick to the bottom very well. Mine seem to be okay, but again, none of these details I was aware of when I purchased a bag. I did not know to look for those things when I was picking my bag. The essay showed me 3 bags, I think. There was one that caviar leather looks a bit dull, doesn't look as shiny, so I passed on that one. But otherwise, I honestly didn't know what else to be checking for at the time. She was like, okay, here's a bag. And I was like, great, wrap it up for me because it looks great. Now, the one thing I later on realized is the flap doesn't stick to the body very well. So you can see like mine, kind of the flap kind of pops out a bit. And on this side too, even a little bit more. The only thing is, again, like they are all made slightly different because this zipper here too doesn't always sit well. So I feel like it's, you know, kind of causing that extra space a little bit. I have to say, with this bag though, it's kind of funny. They designed so many weird, not weird. There are so many features that are actually not functional, which does bother me a little bit. I have to say, after purchase of tons of other bags, there are things that I'm like, oh my god, why is it like this? So this zipper here, the only thing that it does to your bag is damage your leather over here. So eventually it's gonna create a dent. I don't use this bag and it still already creates a dent. The same thing for the Chanel Walk. At least the Chanel Walk, the zipper is usable. I will show you guys the difference. Okay, so here it is. This is the zipper on my Walk, and this is the zipper on the classic flap. The zipper doesn't do a whole lot, okay? This, at least the Walk, when you open the zipper, you can put your hand all the way in here, and there's this entire space that you can use. So you can put, I sometimes put my passport there, you know, things that you want a bit more security. This would be a good space to store it. But ultimately, this will cause this dent here. I know now they've changed this zipper to a metal piece. I don't think it's gonna really change a whole lot in terms of, it will probably still do this over time because it is that extra piece that you just can't avoid, right? So that's one thing. And every time I close it, I do have to make sure it's flat so it minimizes the damage or you know, to the leather underneath. With this one, this is a completely useless pocket, which really bothers me because initially I thought the bag was defective because it does not go down like how I did with my Walk. So it's not like you can't use any of the space here. I thought it would be the same thing. You would think it's the same thing. So with this one here, you only get 1 inch up here, which again, it just baffles me. Like, I don't really know what this is for. Like, it's probably, I understand the initial design is to hide your love letter here, but I think it's to use the back pocket here. But this one here, honestly, it just doesn't do anything. So basically, the only thing that it does is it will eventually damage your second flap here to make a dent. Other than that, it doesn't do any good to, or it doesn't ask to add anything to the bag itself. You know, you can't see it when you close it. It's just all that additional detail. Another thing about this bag. Oh my god, I'm losing. This button here, this closure button here is, again, completely useless. I can't even close it. I get so frustrated because at one point I thought I could at least somehow make it maybe keeping my structure better or something, and I'd be able to close this button. There's no way you can close it. So I don't know, any other classic flap owner out there, if you have the bag and you're able to close this button here, please tell me how to do it because I've tried and it does not close. I remember when I purchased a bag, my essay says nobody actually used this closure. Well, you can't. That's why nobody used it, because you can't close it. So yeah, so another like additional feature of the bag that's, again, completely useless. Again, I understand a lot of this is in keeping with the more original design of the bag, but you know, you are paying for it in the price that you're paying for this bag. So it's just a lot of little details that's, you know, that's not needed or that's not really playing a part in the whole bag. Unlike the 19, I feel like 19 it's very different. Every little thing is functional, even the chain on it is functional as a top handle and is at decoration. So you can check out my comparison video, for example, to look at the basic feature of the bag. So again, those are the two things that kind of bothers me just when I think about it. It's like, oh, why are they there? And additional to that, I already mentioned the flap adds to weight of the bag, and it does have this, again, additional opening right here. I guess this part, it would be good to secure a passport. You know, it will be holding it tight and it's pretty safe. I think my only concern is after seeing some vintage bag, I feel like any leather pieces that sticks together, sometimes over time it does mold and it does become sticky. And when that happens, then it starts to peel. So I don't know if anyone has that problem with double flaps, but less so for the more recent bag. I think sometime for the vintage one, they might have those issues. I've actually never seen a vintage double flap, so I'd be curious to know in terms of design features that they've changed over time. But anyways, that's a few complaints that I have about this bag. Other than that though, I do think it's so brilliant, even like from years ago, how they've designed it to be a double strap. So there are different ways that you can convert the strap to make it a shoulder bag, double strap shoulder bag, a single strap shoulder bag, or a crossbody bag. So this is normally, I just simply grab it like this, and this is how I wear it. I'll show you guys some more shots. It's very, very comfortable. I can easily use it over a coat or anything like that too. No problem. I think this is a very good length for myself. It might be a little short for some people. It is short compared to a lot of my other bag that has double straps, but overall I still think it's very comfortable. It doesn't bother me. It works really well in my opinion for that length. And then when you adjust the strap, again, when you adjust the strap, I feel like it does, the hardware hit each other, and I feel like eventually that will cause wear on the hardware, but you know, so that's why my essay did say when you're trying to pull the strap, maybe open it up so it's a little better, but it's still, I mean, the hardware will still go rub against each other, but I think you can't avoid that really. And this is the crossbody look, which I also really, really like. So with my daughter, I do use a crossbody just so that it's a little bit easier to be hands-free. And I actually really like the fact that it's high up on my body. And I think it still makes it really accessible. So I just like, if you need to actually go in the bag, you flip over and then you just open it up like this. And I think it's great. Like the height of everything, it works really well for me. And then I never wear it like this, I have to be honest. It just, I don't, for all my bags, the same thing. I don't put it on one shoulder. For me, I feel like it'll just slip, or it doesn't really feel comfortable to me. Like, it doesn't feel natural to me to be on one shoulder. For my Coco handle, I have to, just because the handle part does like make it a little uncomfortable when you do it crossbody. But overall, I don't really wear it on the one shoulder. So that's just how you generally would wear the bag. Inside the bag, there is, so I hope you guys can see, but basically there you have one compartment at the front here, which I often put my phone here, and I find it pretty good. A nice space to store your phone right here. It doesn't really impact the overall structure or the look of the bag, which I like. So it's like that. Because the phone doesn't really go into the back, unfortunately. Like, it's too snug to be fit in the back. And then inside here you have a lipstick holder right here. Again, I don't know if anyone actually put the lipstick there. I don't. But that's what it is designed for. And then you have like 2 card slot here, and one of them has my authenticity card. And then, like I said, you have these like mystery compartment in the back, which again, I don't think a lot of people would use. And you have the Mona Lisa pocket in the back. I do use this pocket for cards, my credit cards, or anything I want easy access to. I find it pretty okay for that. It's big enough for my hand to go in and dig up a card. And one side is actually in fabric, so it doesn't feel sticky or hard for things to slide in and out. So I actually like that about it. Everything else, so it's not, oh wait, it's leather. Sorry, I said fabric. It is leather, but it feels very, how do you say it? Like, it feels very dry. It doesn't feel sticky. It is 100% leather bag, so it's the same material as this burgundy leather here. Sorry, my bad, it's not fabric. Okay, and I can do a very quick what it fits in here. So it can actually fit a decent amount, I would say, like definitely more than enough for your average daily use. You can have your phone. I'll just show you guys with the main compartment, because I do think most people would just go for the main compartment. So your phone, your card holder, your car keys, and see, all that you can step up on one side. Sorry, making sure you guys can see. And it lines up really well, and it doesn't affect the overall structure or the look of the bag at all. And then the other side, you can put in your little smaller things, your travel size painkiller, your hand cream. You can put them in this vertical position. and it would still be fine. A little floss, lipstick. Again, you put it like standing up, and then I can probably still squeeze in compact on one side. See, and it's pretty well organized because after all, it is a rectangular bag, so I do feel like it's easy to play with, and it's a regular shaped bag, so I do think it plays well like that. And then if you want, you can probably squeeze in a soft pouch sunglasses. This won't fit. So you need like some sort of soft pouch for sunglasses. And then that's it. So this is all that goes in right here. So it's pretty heavy now, but I think this, even with fully packed, it's pretty okay on the shoulder with the 2 strap. It might get pretty heavy for the one crossbody, just because then the chain is still pretty thin, so it might dig into your shoulder piece. But I think it's really nice. The only thing, so overall, I've used it a little while, no scratches on the hardware. I think it held up pretty well. No scratch on the bag whatsoever, no corner wear. But again, I have not worn it so extensively. I would also mention that the leather on these bags, the caviar leather or the lambskin leather, the leather will vary from season to season. Even like from bag to bag, it will look slightly different, just depends on where the source is from. On this bag, I think it's not the most shiny caviar, but I think it's pretty good. I personally think it's very beautiful. The quilting is just enough puffiness. I don't like it when it's overly puffy, so I think this is actually quite nice. It's puffier compared to my walk, but again, I love both. I don't have issue with either of the caviar, but you can see even the caviar between these 2 years are slightly different. And also the make I already mentioned, because they are handmade, so the bag will vary from bag to bag as well. I do think overall the hardware, you know, is the one thing that will show the age of the bag. Eventually you can avoid it, but you're gonna start having like hairline scratches. You can buy those things that protects the hardware, but personally I don't like that, because it is still film, so it will definitely reduce the shine of your hardware. I already have a little bit of scratches on the logo right here, but again, it's very, very minor. It's not really noticeable unless you see it under certain lighting. But this one, it's still in perfect condition. Again, probably because I haven't been using it quite a ton. But anyways, I think overall it's a great bag. Whether, you know, you should get it or not, I think you guys can wait to hear it from my other video about buying these as investment. The short answer is like, don't buy luxury items just as an investment purpose. There are tons of other investment possibilities out there, so don't use that as a reason to purchase luxury goods. But I'll discuss more in detail in my next video. So I hope this is somewhat helpful to you guys, and again, I wish things will go back to more normal, and then we can all enjoy our handbags a little bit more. And yeah, I love this one, and I still, like I said, I'm very happy using it every time I take her out. And yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know down below. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.